It's Scarlight here and welcome to day 4 of the If Strikers vs the OU tier. Cannot wait to get into it. Such a good day. Yes, the team's performed pretty well so far and I hope it continues. And without further ado, let's go on with the battle. Our first matchup here with massive threat being the Deoxys Speed and the Kiram, along with the Ogre too. So it's going to be a very tough team to break. As normal, go lead off with my cushy Deoxys Speed lead. As it is the Deoxys Speed lead, we will just go for Light Screen. They might just go for Spikes here. No, they do just go for the Psychic Boost. We will get our Light Screen up though, which is fantastic, and possibly the Reflect up too, as they will now set up some Stealth Box. We will just go for the Full Switch, as they will reveal Superpower. So right here, I definitely just want to go into Juggernaut, just go for the Rock Polish, as they do unfortunately taunt us. They do get the Psycho Boost crit, unfortunately, which is very unfortunate. So from this point, I could actually just go into Manny here, go for the Iron Defense, as they're most likely going to switch out, as they will just go for the Superpower. We can just go for another Iron Defense, as they will now taunt us. We will just go for the Earthquake here, get the KO, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, Juggernaut went down there, but we can potentially get one more screen up with mine. As they will just go into Great Tusk here. We will just be able to go first, go for the body press. Unfortunately, we didn't do much at all. We might have to Telephyton, which I think I want to do, and just go for the body press yet again. And yep, that is a nice 2-shot, as they will let the Great Tusk go down. So that's a massive threat out the way, as they will now just go into Skarmory. We will just go for body press yet again, as they will just go for dual Wing Break, but we are plus 3 defense, and they do forfeit. So Manny gets a nice sweep right there, which is awesome to see. And let's go into our next one, as the next game looks to be a Sticky Webs team. Again, Twilight looks phenomenal this matchup because of this. Do not want to tell it Twilight, not yet anyway, unless the Great Tusk comes out. We might want to tell then, just because we won't be resistant to that Zamazenta. They're definitely just going to lead off with Wabombi here. We're just going to lead off with my they set the Sticky Webs up, we'll set our streams up, which is fantastic, as they will just go for Stun Spore. We will just go for Full Switch now. No reason not to, as they do just go for Psychic Noise. We'll get our Full Switch off, which is fantastic. We could actually just go into Twilight right now and just start going for Swords Dance. No reason not to. And now we can just go for the Facade, as they will just go for Moon Blast. We are on the screens. We get the KO on the Wabombi, which is fantastic. They will just now go into Zamazenta, which does make a lot of sense. We will just go for Swords Dance here, as they will just keep Iron Defensing up. We do still have 2 nice turns to Reflect. We are not doing much damage at all, unfortunately, as they will set up their last Iron Defense. They do just go for the body press, which does make a lot of sense, but we should be able to outpace the Zamazenta. Go for body press yet again, barely miss out on the KO, and we get a crit, which is amazing. As they will now just go into Great Tusk. We will just go for the Protect here, as they will just show the bulk up. We can just go for Earthquake here, as they do just reveal the Ice Spinner, which is so unfortunate. And we could actually just go into our own Ellie here, or even Juggernaut. Juggernaut should be able to take an Ice Spinner or a Headlong Rush. So I'm thinking about telling, which I think I'm definitely just going to do, just so we get most damage off as possible. They do activate our weakness policy. We do unfortunately not get the KO, And unfortunately, we do go down to an ice spinner right there. We could just try go into our own melee and go for ice spinner of our own, as they will tell a ghost, which is so unfortunate. Our first game went so well, this game not so much. We have to just go into Manny now, and opt to just go for the Earthquake, as they will just go for the Headlong Rush. Unfortunately, get the KO. We can just go into Megatron here. Opt to just go for the Scale Shot, as they do get a KO, and unfortunately, Mai will go down. So, very quick one, very quick. Unfortunately, Teleground Earthquake wasn't enough to break the Great Tusk. And let's go into our next game. Here we are with our next matchup. Looks to be a Sticky Webs team again. Very deadly threats. Definitely the Syrian Samurai right there. Dragon Pull, because it can outspeed our team. But we do have Ellie and Manny to counter that. I think they're the biggest threats for now. So go lead off with Mai again, as they do just decide to lead off with the Masquerade. Again, Twilight looks very good here. We will have to just go for the Reflect here, as they will reveal the Icy Wind, which is pretty scary for this team. They will just go for Dunspark, but we are immune, which is fantastic. We'll get to the Sash. And unfortunately, I don't think Twilight can outspeed. So maybe I just have to go into Manny here. Or Megatron. I think I'm just going to go into Twilight, just so, because the Icy Wind shouldn't be doing much to us anyway. As that's what they will go for the Icy Wind. We will just go for Facade, get the KO, which is fantastic, and get some poison heals right off. Should have also just went to Juggernaut, but I didn't want Juggernaut to get paralyzed, as they will now just go in to Brave Early. I kind of want to switch out into Manny here, but I might just stay, can't really stay in because we do have our speed lowered, so we actually just go into Juggernaut here. Take the, oh, they just went for the agility, so we will just go for Rock Slide here. Potentially getting the KO, might force the Teller, as it does force the Teller Psychic. Juggernaut does take it, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, we will go down to a Psychic, but now we can just go into Manny and opt to just go for the knockoff, and this should get the KO. We're still under light screen, so we shouldn't be doing too much, as they will just go for the Heat Wave. We do get the Oko on the Brave Early, which is fantastic. We could potentially get a couple more screens up, as they will just go into their own Great Tusk. Again, very scary. We could try to go for our Omine defense, as they will just Headlong Rush. So we could just go into our own melee here. Potentially, we can't really tell a poison. We can just go for the bulk up though, which I think I want to do, or just go for our Ice Spinner. So we have forced the Teller out, which is fantastic, as we are two-shotting the Great Tusk, which is fantastic. We can just go for another Ice Spinner. They don't really have a switch in, as we do take a Headlong Rush. We get the KO on that massive threat, as the Syrian Samurai does come in, which does make a lot of sense, as they will just go for the Sleepless Edge. We could potentially just go into Megatron here, go for the Scale Shot. Well, now unfortunately I have to get 2 Scale Shots to be able to outspeed the Dragon Pull, as they will just go for another Sleepless Edge. After this Scale Shot, we should be faster than the Syrian Samurai. And we do get the KO, which I actually did not want in this case, because now the Dragon Pull can just come in. As no, it is the Gold Dango. So we can just go for the Fire Fang here. I see no reason not to. And they might just wait. Oh no, they went for the nasty pot, thinking that we didn't have the 5-fang, but we do. We get the KO. It's just the Dragon Pult left now, as it reveals to be physical. So he could just go to my here, go for the reflect, which I think I definitely want to do. Very, very close game. But we should have this one in the bag, as they will just go for substitute, which is very interesting. Oh, it could, because it's infiltrator. Oh, I just remembered. So we might just lost this match if it is infiltrator, as they will just go for a dragon dart, and that does look to be infiltrator. As they will just go for a substitute here, we will just go for the earthquake. But if it is clear body, we still have a very, very good chance of winning, as they will just go for Phantom Force. We will just take the Phantom Force and go for the earthquake, as we do take it, which is fantastic. We can just go for the earthquake again, and unfortunately Dragon Dart does get the KO. Very, very close game right there. I should have just went straight for the air power, instead of just letting Dragon Pult get the Dragon Dance up for free. Completely forgot about Infiltrator. Big misplay on my part. And let's go into the next game. Here is our next game here. Very intimidating, especially the KLM. Can definitely see the low kicks being very terrifying too. Go lead off with my, I'm predicting the Gamora lead here. Could also see the low kicks. Very defensive threat being the Alamoa, as they will just lead off with KLM again. We should be faster unless it's Chewy Scarf, as they do just want to switch out into Gallade, which is very interesting. We can just go for the reflect here, as they do unfortunately get rid of our light play, but it's not the end of the world. So we've seen I'm going to go switch straight into Juggernaut here to see if they do have the close combat. We can just go for the rock polish. And if they do reveal the Sacred Sword, so they do proc our weakness exploit. We do get our rock polish off, which is fantastic. Now we can just go for the earthquake and get the KO on this mon. And we could potentially just teleground on the Alamoa to potentially take the skull, as they will just switch out straight into Alamoa, which is not such a good idea. We can just go for the earthquake, get the KO, which is fantastic. So Alamoa, nice defensive threat right down right there. We still have Mai for very, very quick light screens or reflect if need be. I think light screen's a lot more important than reflect this matchup. But then again, the low kicks is really what make me go for the reflect. We will just go for the earthquake right here. We could teleground, which honestly I think I'm going to do. We just go to teleground just so we don't become weak to air power. And we should be able to take it with the light screen, as we do, which is fantastic. Gamora will now go down. And this could potentially be GG. No, they will just go for first question on low kicks, get the KO, which is a bit unfortunate. But this does force a switch out. So we could literally just go into Manny now and start just going for iron defense, as they will just go back into Gallade. Get another iron defense off, as they will just go, oh yeah, the Sacred Sword, completely forgot about that. We can just go into Twilight here now, just go for the Sword Dance, as they will just want to go for a trick, which does make sense, so then we don't get our recovery up. But we still have very fast screens, so we will get the KO on the Gallade, which is fantastic. And then we have to let KLM KO our Twilight here, as they will just go for a freeze dry. And honestly, I think one of the biggest weaknesses for this team at the moment is that we don't have any hazard removal. So they do just go into low kicks, they do take the hits, which is unfortunate for us. And we'll have to stay in here because I really want to keep our speed up. Get the KO, which is fantastic. And it all comes down to if Ellie looks like we can take two poisons, so we can just go for the headlong rush here. As it does reveal to be Sash, which is so unfortunate. As we will proc the weak armor. So I have to just go into Mai here. Opt to just go straight for the light screen. They have to switch out to Kalam here, I think, to potentially win, because we can just get some scale shots off. As they will just go for Destiny Bond, which does make a lot of sense. But now knowing that they do have Destiny Bond, we will just keep going for light screens right here until Mai gets KO'd. Which is super unfortunate, as they will just go for Destiny Bond yet again, unfortunately. And yep, our light screen will go, as they will just go for substitute, but we do have scale shot. So along if we manage to hit, oh no, we don't even need to hit 5 times, so we do get the KO, and that is GG. Very, very close game. Juggernaut did very, very good there. GG. And yep, let's go into our 5th game. Here we are on the 5th game. Very deadly threat, I can definitely see it's the Masquerada. Just because it can click every time, so that really does just go through our screens. Defensively, Tinglu, and also offensively is definitely the Ogerpon. Go lead off with Mai, as they do just lead straight with Masquerada, which I was very, very scared of. I am just going to set up the reflect here, as they unfortunately just go for the foul trick. I did not want to risk the knockoff. So they should be Q expanded, so we can just go for the Swords Anti here, as they do reveal that they definitely are Q expanded. We'll have to just go for the protect right here, and then we can just go for the facade. But unfortunately we do not take it, and this could honestly just be GG. But not yet, because we still have Manny, and we can still just go for body press. As unfortunately it does not do enough there. I should have went for the iron defense. As they will just go for another flower trick. We have to just go into Megatron here, just go for the scale shot. We can potentially come back with Juggernaut, as they will just go into Ogerpon, which I did not expect. Because yeah, Ogerpon will go down to another hit, as they will just go for Spiky Shield. But yeah, we can just get the KO on the Ogerpon, which is fantastic. As they will just go into Iron Crown, we can just go for Earthquake, as they will Telewater. But we can just get the KO, which is fantastic. So we did force the Tele, as they will now just go into Clefable. I think honestly it's best to Tele Megatron here. Go for Telefire, go for the Earthquake, because it could be unaware. As they do just opt to just go for the Moonblast, which is fantastic. Another Earthquake should be able to get the KO. So we're down 3-3. We'll have to keep Megatron around, I think. I just don't see, in fact, I do see a way we can take care of the Masquerada too. So we're just staying here, just go for another Earthquake, get some nice damage off, as they will just go for Earthquake themselves. We can now just go into Juggernaut, go for the Rock Polish. As they do just go for the Earthquake, we do take the hit. And now we can hopefully get the KO. No, we barely miss out, but we still have push synthesis speed. Down we can just go for bulk up. Completely forgot that Ellie does outspeed the Masquerada. And we do take that pretty well. We can just go for the Ice Spinner now, get the KO on the Ting Lu. They do just go straight into Hitmonlee. I am just going to Headlong Rush, as they will just go for the Endure. Oh yeah, because now they can just go straight for the reversal, as they will do. And unfortunately, very close game right there. Just try to think of what I could have done better right there. Honestly, I don't really know. I think I should have just went into Twilight to begin with against the Masquerada. Or I should have just went straight into Manny, get the Iron Defense off. So my bad there. I think it was a misjudgment of lead potential right there, and I honestly think I should have just went for another bulk up against the Hitmonlee. But yeah, with that said, let's go into our final game. Here is our final game right here. Definitely massive threat being the Great Tusk. Could also be the Iron Moth, and definitely the Roaring Moon. Go lead off with they could lead off with the Rotom. No, they do just lead with the Iron Moth. Show the photosynthesis speed. This probably will force Terror, so we can just go for the Light Screen here, because we should be able to take a Fiery Dance. And if they Terror Energy Ball, even if we do not have our screens up, we should still have a good chance to come back, as it does force Terror, and it is actually Terror Water. Unfortunately, they do get the crit. Don't know if that mattered. But we can now just go into Megatron here. Just go straight for the Scale Shot. So even without our screens, we can still set up on the Great Tusk with Juggernaut, as we will just go for the Scale Shot. And that is a KO, which is fantastic. A massive speedy threat out the way. They will just go into Rotom now. And I'm going to actually go Telefire Swords Dance, predicting the Will-O-Wisp. As that's what they do go for. We can just now go for another Scale Shot. This should get a KO if we hit 5 times. No, we barely miss out. And they do connect with the Hydro Pump, and unfortunately, they do get the KO on us right there. But we can now just go into Manny and just honestly just go for the knockoff and get the KO on the Rotom, which is another massive threat. But the Great Tusk does look very scary. Unfortunately, we did not. I think we just got low rolls or high rolls against the Rotom, as we do land the knockoff and we do get rid of the Rotom, which is fantastic. They could just go into Great Tusk here, as they do, but interestingly, it is not photosynthesis, so we should. Oh, it's Quick Claw, which is very scary. We will just go for Iron Defense, go for the Body Press here, get some damage back, as they will just go for Close Combat yet again. And we could just go into our own area at this point. Just go for a bulk up. I think it's the best play, as they do just go for the Ice Spinner, but we can now just go for our own Ice Spinner, get the KO. As the Slowking will now come out, we can just go for the Headlong Rush here. No reason not to, as we do get the KO. And if the Roaring Moon is photosynthesis attack, we have won the game. So very close final game, as they do just decide to just go into Diancie. Diancie takes the hit, which is very surprising, as they go for a Diamond Storm. Maybe that was a bit of a misplay on the opponent right there. We will just get the KO. Very defensive Diancie, as it is unfortunately speed, but they cannot get the Dragon Dance off. And we do take the Earthquake, and we get the KO, which is fantastic. I'm guessing they wasn't acrobatics, because I don't know why you just wouldn't acrobatics there, but then we could have just went into our Juggernaut, took the Earthquake, went for our own Earthquake and got the KO that way. So, very close final game, and I'll see you on the MVP screen. Back on the MVP screen, and today's MVP is Megatron with 26 KOs, and it's only the 4th day, so could this potentially be the final one that could break the 41 KO streak with our Iron Hands and Raging Bolt, which is Kyber and Bakura. So yeah, Megatron did so well this game. Scale Shot's such an amazing move. I'm guessing with our last game, our opponent didn't realise that we had Scale Shot. They thought maybe was more defensive Garchomp. I'm guessing so. That's why they went for the substitute. But either way, had some great games today. Was 3-3, so nice and even. Made a couple huge misplays. Again, going for the effect against the Dragapult, I should have just kept air powering, especially if the goal was to substitute. So made a massive misplay on that part, because that did give them a free Dragon Dance, and then we potentially could have won with our Twilight. So a bit unfortunate on that front. Same with the game with the Masquerada, I should have just led off with either Manny or even Ellie, because we could have just telepoisoned, went for the bulk up, and we would be in a very, very good position from then out. But something to realise in the future, and I think against Sticky Webs teams too. I don't know if I want the Rapid Spin approach, because they will most likely have a Rapid Spin blocker. So what I'm thinking of instead, maybe if we lead with Manny or Great Tusk against the Rabombi, then we could bulk up, either Telepoison, get the nice 2-shot because the Focus Slash, and then they have to really deal with a massive threat on the board right there. Or the same goes with Manny, where we can just go for a couple of Iron Defenses, go for a couple of Body Presses. We should be faster than the entire team because they're relying on Sticky Webs, and it will create some really, really good offensive pressure early game. So I think that's what I've learned from today. But yeah, with all that said, if you like Pokemon content in general, please consider subscribing, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day.